Meanwhile, at the Graham Baptist Church in the Sanctuary, as John Graham's funeral continues, let's get to Carly, Lucy, Lauren, Jesse, Bobby, and Tristan as they all prepare to perform the cover song, Seasons of Love.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments, oh dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year?
While that's happening, let's get to the balcony where Rebecca arrived and sat in the last row. Just as Michelle and David also came in and went and sat in the row in front of Becca. Let's get back to the action where they're performing.
How do you measure a year in the life? How about love?
Meanwhile, Annie and Scott came in and sat in the last row while the performance is still happening.
Seasons of love, seasons of love.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys to plan, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman?
Meanwhile, Isabella, Adam, and Samuel came in, and as they went and sat in the front row along with the others and began watching the performance.
It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember.
While Carly, Lucy, Lauren, Jesse, Bobby, and Tristan are performing, let's get to the conference room where Olivia and Paul are watching through the flat screen. And as Olivia leaned on Paul, just in time for him to put his arms around her. Let's get back to the action where they're performing.
Measure your life in love.
Seasons of love, seasons of
Measure your life. Measure your
And as the song ends on the portrait of John Graham.
love.
Meanwhile, at the Graham Baptist Church in the courtyard, Chris is sitting in the bench waiting while looking at a picture of his parents Ashley and John on his iPhone. To when his daughters Jennifer came to where he is. I take that you can't handle what's going on in there either. And as Chris looked up and saw his daughter Jennifer. Yeah, it's all too real. What do you mean? And as Jennifer went and sat beside her father. How come you're not in there, by the way? Seems we both are in a bind. Meanwhile, outside the sanctuary in the front area, as Grace, Jeremy, and Daniel came and arrived at the door and saw it's closed. And as they head to the door, but Grace stopped. Wait! And as Jeremy and Daniel stopped, and as she turned and faced him. What's wrong? I don't think we should go in there after all, Grace. He's my grandfather, and even though we haven't really bonded lately, I feel that I should be there. You have a valid reason. Only thing is, Jeremy and I don't. Thing is, John was a part of our lives. Okay, I just get very emotional saying goodbye to the people we care. I know, it's gonna be hard for everyone, but we'll get through it, I promise. And as Grace turned and opened the door, And as her, Daniel, and Jeremy went in, with Jeremy closing the door, and as they went and sat in the last row on the left. Meanwhile, on the other side on the last row, Annie and Scott are talking. Looks like your whole family is here. Where else would they be? Look, I'm sorry. I know this must be taking a toll on you. Is that why you kept it from me? Meanwhile, let's get to the front where the action is, where Lauren, Jesse, Carly, Tristan, and Lucy all separately say how they feel towards John. Starting with Lauren Graham. John was an amazing man in every way, and for those reasons, I will never forget him. Jesse Graham is next. He taught all there is to know about becoming a man and taking care of their family. Carly is next. He will forever be in our hearts. Tristan is next. John's presence will forever be felt as we venture in our daily lives. Lucy Goodcharm is next. Thank you for everything you did for all of us. And as the congregation began applauding, just as Karen, Julie, Susan, and Bradley came in, and as they head and sat in the row next to Taya. What is it? You do know your husband is here, right? And as Taya turned and saw Howard and Tanya, and as Taya turned back, you also should know that Howard is my ex-husband. Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine. Anyways, I'll deal with him later, but overall, I'm glad he came. And as Karen really Susan thinking, oh, he won't be once he find out what you did. And as the minister got up and came back to the podium, let's give Carly, Lauren, Bobby, Lucy, and Tristan another round of applause. And as the congregation began applauding, and as they stand up, while Lauren, Jesse, Carly, Bobby, Lucy, and Tristan all went and sat down in their respective areas, with one of them walking past the row where Gloria, Casey, and Jeff is, who begins talking. Wow, that was a powerful performance. Yeah, it really makes me feel like we should live our lives every day like it's our last, because you never know. I couldn't agree more. And as the minister begins speaking, we have another speaker who like to express how they feel. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you one of John's daughters, Isabella Graham. And as the congregation began applauding, and as Isabella looked at Ashley and Adam along with the others. You want me to go up there? No, I think I can do this. And as Isabella got up, while the crowd is still applauding, and as she head towards the podium and arrived just as the minister went and sat down while Isabella faced the congregation. Soon they sat down, and as she begins, there's truly no word to describe how amazing my dad is, because it's true. He has been the best man I have ever come to know. He understands the trials and tribulations I have to go through every day of my life. And he's always been there for me every step of the way. He may have been overprotective when I bring my boyfriends about, but that's another story. He has taught me so much to expect from this world. And I gotta tell you, there is no person on this earth who could ever replace the man who raised me from birth. And as Isabella looked at Ashley, my mom is so lucky to have a guy like Dad in her life. And as she faced the congregation, I am truly blessed for having all my siblings who got my back. Ryan, Chris, Julie, Donald, Steve, Jack, Helen, Allison, and Adam as a part of my family. I have never felt so complete. And I know that no matter where I go, you're looking down on us right now, keeping all safe, protecting us like you did when you were here. Dad, I promise you, I will be strong, because that's what you want me to be. I just want to say, what we had as father-daughter relationship is a special relationship, one I will ever treasure in my life. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you, Dad. And as she began crying, and as Adam got up and went to where his sister is, and she saw him just in time for him to hug her, and as she continued crying, and as Adam held his sister. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the courtyard, Jennifer and Chris are talking. All my life, I've always thought my dad and mom would be here when I have a family, and when they have a family. Dad, don't do this to yourself. He wouldn't want to see you walling about. All I can say is, I am proud of him, of showing me the kind of man I can be, not only by being your father, but helping all of you grow. Thank you. And as Jennifer has the flashbacks, her holding her newborn while it's crying. And as the flashback ends, just in time for her mom Joanna came to where they are. And Jennifer and Chris saw her. What's going on? The funeral's happening right now. Why are you two lots sitting right here? Are you bunking off? It's not that. You know what? I'll let you two talk. And as Jennifer got up, hold on. How are you holding up, by the way? Best way I can. You don't have to pretend with us. We're your parents, and we'll always be there for you. Thank you, Mom. And as Jennifer turned and walked away, while Joanna went and sat next to her husband. Meanwhile, in the conference room, Olivia and Carl are talking. I didn't realize on how passionate Isabella felt about her father. Seems to me that they were very close. I'm fortunate to have my dad. Not trying to brag, it's fine. I get it. You got to treasure what you got. Don't forget, they're your parents-in-law as well. Even though they think you changed. Besides, we're very lucky to have Ryan in our lives. Meanwhile, later in the sanctuary, Rachel, Isabella, Daniel, Wilma, and Aaron are performing the cover song, Let Me Sleep.
Shadows on the wall forming outlines of your face. I reach out to touch you through time and through space. In my dreams
So let me sleep.
In my dreams I'm with you. I'll always be with you.
Let me sleep, let me sleep, let me sleep, just let me sleep.
Let me dream, let me sleep. Just let me dream, let me sleep. Just let me dream, let me sleep. Just let me.
So let me
Let me dream, let me sleep. Just let me dream, let me sleep. Just let me dream, let me sleep.
In my dreams I'm with you.
Let me dream, let me sleep. Just let me dream, let me sleep.
always be with you. Let me sleep for a while. Let me dream of your smile.
I'll always be
Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the courtyard, Joanna and Chris are talking. Look, I know what you're thinking right now. Do you really? Yeah. I'll keep saying to me mom that it's gonna be alright when I can't even grasp upon it. I feel like I should have been there. Oi! Don't you dare. Don't you dare blame yourself in this because it's not your fault. No, it's them damn Collins' fault for causing too much stress. Don't forget, Janet was the one who in turn poisoned your sister and put Kristen in the spotlight to blame. And then there's Rex, who hit your other sister and did a runner. Thanks for the recap. All I'm saying is, we need to get off our backsides and show the world on how we are a united front and ain't letting nobody break our family apart. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Jennifer came in and head to the fridge and open it and took out a bottle of orange juice and closed the fridge just as Julian came in and saw what she did. Does the pastor know you swiped his orange juice? Well, at least one of them. Nice to see you too, Julian. And as Julian went to where Jennifer is, just in time for her to put the orange juice down on the table, and they begin hugging each other and pulled back. How come you ain't in? I don't know if I can do it. You mean cause your ex-husband's in there? Look, you can go, thanks, but I'd rather be here. By the way, why aren't you in there with your wife? Meanwhile, in the conference room, Olivia and Carl are talking while watching the funeral on the flat screen TV. All I can say is, I am not gonna take life for granted. Not this time. So, what do you say about us? Carl, look, I know I stuffed up our marriage. No, you just made some good mates of mine look like a fool. Yeah? How well do you know Rachel, Aaron, Brody, and Will? Yeah, that's what I thought. Overall, I still know. Okay? And as Livia's iPhone rings, and she got it, and saw who it is and answered it. What's going on? Really? And as Olivia sat up, I'm on my way. And as Olivia hung up, are you missing? You do realize there's a funeral in progress. I know. Someone at work called in sick. How convenient. Not to worry. I'll be back tonight. And as Carl and Olivia got up, and as Olivia turned and faced Carl, no matter what happens, we're in this together. And as Olivia and Carl begin kissing each other and pulled back, I love you. I love you too. And as Olivia turned and went and left the room. Meanwhile, in the sanctuary, as John Graham's funeral continues, let's get to the front area where Rachel, Aaron, Daniel, Isabella, and Wilma separately, along with a few other people, speak on how they feel towards John Graham, starting with Aaron Goodcharm first. I will never forget what he done for my family. He was overall like a father to me. Wilma Graham is next. He was the kind of man I've always looked up and I gotta say, I'm proud of. Daniel Graham is next. At times, I just wish I could spend a little bit more time with him. Rachel Dawson Goodcharm is next. He was truly amazing at what he do, and I will never forget him. Jack Graham is next. He was a true hero to my family and everyone else around. Allison Graham is next. May he be here for us forevermore. Sheldon Graham is next. I am proud to be his grandson. Jan Graham is next. He's the kind of character you'll never forget. Rebecca Graham is next. He will always be here in our hearts, no matter where we go. We can search the ends of the earth and know that John's spirit will forever be inside each and every one of us. And as the congregation began to applaud, and as the minister got up and went to the podium, let us welcome our next speaker. Here's John and Ashley Graham's youngest son, Adam Graham. And as the congregation continued to applaud, and as Adam got up and head to the podium, while the minister went and sat down just as Adam arrived and turned and faced the congregation. When I came into LA in 2007 in search of my parents who I thought abandoned me, I've never realized the reason. Well, till now. I can see that my parents just wanted to protect me, and bonding with them was a whole new journey for me as I know it. It's also clear that my parents wanted to raise me from birth. The fact of the matter is, my dad has taught me a lot, and it felt so complete having both of my parents back in my life. And I'm so eternally grateful. Which is why, and as Adam looked at Ashley, I'm gonna do whatever I can to keep you safe, Mom. As for the rest of my family, I'd like to say thank you for having me in your lives. And just know that Dad will always be here within our hearts. And as the congregation began applauding, and as Adam got down from the stage and went and sat next to the wall where his wife Rita and his son Max and daughter Leslie is. That was a great speech, Dad. Thanks, son. Will Grandpa's spirit always be around us? Yes, it will, honey. And as Rita looked at her husband, I'm so glad you're here. For a moment, I was so scared that, and as Adam looked at Rita, look, you don't have to worry about that. I wouldn't miss this for the world. And as the minister got up and went back to the podium, is there anyone else who would like to make a heartfelt speech before I introduce? Actually, I do. And as Jennifer came in, and everyone turned and saw Jennifer there. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the courtyard, Joanna and Chris are talking. What are you thinking right now? That we should get in there and pay our respects. Smartest decision you can make. And as Joanna and Chris got up, just so you know, I'm so grateful for you and the kids. so am I. And as they begin kissing each other, and pull back, and turn, and head out the courtyard, and begin walking down the hall. Meanwhile, in the conference room, Carl's watching the funeral on the flat screen TV to his iPhone wings, and he got it inside who it is and answering. What's going on? I'm doing fine, mate. Look, just give me an hour. Okay. And as Carl hung up, just as Lydia came in, and as she closed the door and came back to where Carl is, who in turn saw her. I thought you were, I was, till I get a Mitch saying they showed up after all, so I came back. I hope, actually, I'm glad you're back. Me too. And as Olivia went and sat next to Carl, and as they continued watching the funeral. Speaking of which, let's get back in the sanctuary as John Graham's funeral continues, as Jennifer begins speaking before the congregation. You have always been a hero in my heart. You've done so much in your life by enlisting in World War II and protecting our country, not to mention our family, which is why I don't understand. You were such a good person. I just cannot believe you were taken from us so soon. But I do overall get it. You are the person who let nothing stand in his way. I just want to let you know I will forever be proud to be your granddaughter, because you're the best granddad I could ever ask for and meet in this lifetime. And I know it seems kind of cringe saying this. I know in the end, I'll see you again. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And as the congregation began applauding, just as Joanna and Chris came in and head to the front area where Jennifer is. While that's happening, let's get to the third row on the right where Kristen and Will were talking. You okay? Yeah. I wasn't expecting that from Kristen. She's your sister, I know. It's just too much. I miss him. And as Will put his arms around Kristen, and as she leaned on him, we will get through this. Let's get to Casey and Richard who are talking. How are you faring? I'm fine. Thank you for being here. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Meanwhile, let's get back to the front of the podium area where Joanna, Chris, and Jennifer are talking, just as Jennifer spot Will holding Kristen. What is it? And as Joanna and Chris also turned and saw what their daughter looking at, and as they both turned and faced her, and she saw him. What? Really? Jennifer, please don't make a scene. You mean the one we're doing right now? It totally makes me cringe seeing those two locked together after everything they've done, we know, but I get it. This is clearly ain't the time. And as Jennifer turned and head and sat in the front row on the left, while Joanna and Chris went and joined Jennifer in the front row. While that's happening, let's get to the last row where Grace, Jeremy, and Daniel are talking. Ashley must really be going through a lot. Yeah, and it's really odd that she's come through this. Not exactly. Someone told me she literally broke down last night. Damn. And as Donald came in and head to where they are, and they all saw. Oh, finally got off your backside into joining us? It don't really matter. You can sit somewhere else. Daniel, please don't be like that. He's right. The last thing we need right now is a traitor who claims to love our mom when in the end he doesn't. Look, I save it and go away. And as Donald turned and head to the left side, where Annie and Scott is, who saw him? Trouble in paradise, Annie? What? I say what I see. If you must know, Tina and I are over. Oh, seeing the light of who she is at last, wrong. It is totally different. That's what they all say. Meanwhile, the minister got up and came back to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, we have saved the best for last. So, with no further ado, let us introduce John Graham's loyal person and other half. I mean his wife, Ashley Graham, and as the congregation began applauding and standing up as well. And as Isabella looked at her mom, "You sure you're up for this? Not to worry. I'll be fine. There's something I've been needing to get off my chest." And as Ashley got up and head to the podium, just as the minister went and sat down. First, I want to say I am truly honored to have the support of my family and friends here, because we will get through this together. Let us stand, for we're about to sing one of my husband's favorite songs. In fact, I'm gonna have my son lead it. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to my son Ryan Graham as we sing Elvis Presley's cover, An American Tribute. And as the congregation began applauding, and as Ryan got up and came to the podium where his mother and the minister is, and as the song begins with him singing along with the others, while everyone stands up and join.
In the land of cotton, old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Oh, I wish I was in Dixie. Away, away, in Dixieland I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie. For Dixieland, it's where I was born. Early Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Holy glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
While that's happening, we get to be treated with clips of John and Ashley from the previous episodes from the beginning,
So hush, little
through the trials and tribulations,
don't you cry.
good memories,
You know your daddy's bound to die. But all my trials, Lord, soon be over.
And as the final clip ends back in the sanctuary with them singing the song. And as the episode ends on the portrait of John Graham. And love of memory of Peter Graves.